fight single-handedly broke up my marriage. You're an awful person.
You're 24 years old. Why would I listen to you? Why would you be giving therapy and advice to people who clearly need it? It doesn't make any sense, Ari. This is a horrible idea.
You're listening to
unlicensed
therapy with Ari Manis.
No, I actually do have like a...
You are an ambiguous age.
I am
You could be
an ambiguous
20
age.
years old and you could be 30 years old, and I don't know.
I did wake up feeling more like smooth than ever. This is like porcelain AF.
People could Google your age.
They could.
How old are you?
29.
20. Okay, me too. I'm 29.
When's your birthday?
89, September 22nd.
Dude, November 10th. So we're both in the last quarter
so I'm
of the
a little
year.
older than you?
A little bit. A couple
Nice.
months. 1989.
Yeah.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
89.
You look pretty young too. Actually, you don't look like you're 29. Because 29 is...
You don't think? I look younger than 29?
Yeah.
I'm glowing?
You definitely... Yeah, you look... you have that pregnancy
I
radiance.
ate a bag of candy before I went to sleep last night.
That's what it is.
I
The
had 5
sweetness.
healthy meals in a row. And at 1 in the morning, I was in bed, could have easily gone to sleep. I walked to my kitchen, ate an entire bag of Sour Patch candy.
So was it like a relapse in a sense, or was it just like
my body craved it.
Got
and
it.
I acted on it. I knew it was there.
Interesting.
And I went and did it.
You know, I actually, not to get so annoying, because I know people can preach about this, but I actually do pride myself on self-control. So I've actually not had carbs, noodle, rice, bread, potato for 6 months.
6 months?
And
what do you eat?
Basically birds, chicken, turkey, duck, or whatever. I'm sorry, I just forgot. I'm also not eating red meat and shellfish. So basically, animal-wise, I've only been eating fucking birds, turkey,
You
duck.
haven't had ice cream in 6 months or pizza.
You know what? Okay, scratch that. It's not keto. It's not carbs in that sense. It's carbs, the ones I listed. But I'm not like, you know what I mean? Like sugar. I don't count sugar,
Got it.
I'm still...
So you're still a naughty
dairy.
girl.
I'm very naughty.
Okay.
The naughtiest in town.
I don't know you very well. The one time I've met you, you laughed at everyone. You were like super supportive person.
You know what? I think
You're
it's
really
because
nice.
I went up first, and there's something about already gone up. Like everyone else is funnier, obviously.
I don't know. That's not true.
No?
Probably. You were on the show like everyone else. Everyone's equal.
Yeah. No. Like for some reason, I do, of course, still get nervous, So when
Sure.
I'm like maybe 8th, the first 7, of course, I support and respect, but like I'm more
In your head.
in
but
my
you were
head.
done. You didn't.
Right.
Yeah. You
Since
were,
I was done, I had no more nerves,
I'll
so I
just
was
say,
just laughing.
I am incapable of doing what you did.
Laugh
like
at others.
sitting there. No, not.
Oh, stay
just,
after.
Well, that and just kind of staying engaged just watching. You basically watched a full comedy show,
Right.
and laughed like you were an audience member.
Oh,
or maybe you
yeah.
were genuine laughing. I don't know.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm a fan first, Ari.
I'm dead inside. I don't like comedy anymore. Once I'm done, I'm pretty much out.
Do you leave?
Most of the time.
You always
yeah.
leave.
Most of the time.
That's a thing too.
Or
and
even if I'm staying, I'm walking out and hanging out in the hallway.
Right. I feel like I'm also this weird softie where, well, fuck, they watched me. I should watch them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most of the time, I mean, it's not like, it's never horrible. You know what I mean? I'm always like happy I stayed. But yeah, I do like to laugh and watch. That's funny. Yeah.
You grew up, you told me, in Pasadena area.
Pasadena area, Temple City to be
San
exact.
Gabriel Valley.
Yes.
Temple City's a little more Asian.
Than Pasadena?
Is it?
I think it's all kind of...
It's all become pretty Asian.
San Gabriel Valley, I guess it's hard to explain. There's a lot of common denominators in all the cities in San Gabriel Valley, and it's usually Asian. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
there are some Hispanic heavy. And when I went to high school, it was actually kind of like a lot of Asian and a lot of like white. Like it wasn't that Asian, but now it's more and more Asian.
It's more and more
I
Asian
think so.
than it was before. Did you find that growing up in Pasadena, because you're a actress and comedian, is that what you'd call yourself? If someone's like, what do you do?
I'm a comedian actress. I say
Comedian actress.
first.
Okay. Yeah, same shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I didn't grow up in LA, so I can't gauge. But is it kind of one of those things because there's so many actors in LA that when you grow up in LA, you kind of make fun of people who want to be actors? Oh, you're another actor, or no one cares, it's supportive?
No, not for me.
Yeah.
I definitely don't have that. Oh, you're an actor. I mean, sure, when I meet someone, especially in this area, in the actual like West Hollywood, LA area, and someone's an actor, I'm not surprised per se. You know what I
Right.
mean? But I'm not like, oh, another one, because I mean that's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's equally as many actors as there are nurses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a lot.
So like when I meet another nurse, I'm not gonna be like, oh, another nurse. I mean, we're all out here doing the damn thing, you know?
Yeah, but I mean like growing up. Growing up, was it like, I don't know, for some reason, like, I feel like people from I've met plenty of people from LA that are actors, but I feel like most people aren't from LA that are actors.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, the thing is, like, I totally get what you mean, but San Gabriel Valley is, like, the greater Los Angeles area, technically
It's
LA
far enough
County.
removed.
Far enough for it not to be, like, if I grew up on Hollywood Boulevard, maybe, like, I would have that mentality of, like, oh,
Yeah.
here they coming
Yeah,
into
yeah.
the city, like, to chase a dream.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, I
But you
take-
feel like you're
right.
coming into the city. Chase the
Kind of
game
too.
still.
Yeah, a little bit, to be honest, because I'll be honest, things that are more attainable strictly based on distance, that is a real thing, you know? Like, I'm more active once I would actually move to West Hollywood versus...
Oh, you live in West Hollywood now?
Yeah, I live in West Hollywood now, and versus, you know, when I still lived at my mom's house in Temple City, sure, I had a lot of thoughts and aspirations. I didn't really go for it as much as I did when I moved here,
How
to
long
be
have you
honest.
lived here?
Like 2.5 years.
2.5 years?
Maybe, yeah, a little over
So
2.5.
would you say you've been hitting it hard for 2.5 years, and before that you were half-assing it?
Not half-assing it, more not exposed to the possibilities, if that
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean?
How long have you been doing comedy?
Same amount.
2.5 years.
So I officially started doing stand-up, and this is just me being, you know, honest, because I don't actually broadcast this that much. But you're peer pressuring me. So, no, I started doing stand-up officially. Like, this doesn't count little things I've done throughout my life that technically count as stand-up, if you will. Like, in high school, I hosted talent shows and essentially wrote, like, opening monologues that technically
Right.
are, like, stand-up, sure. But
You've been performing since high school.
Sure.
Maybe
Yes.
going on stage in front of people. But how long have you been saying, I do stand-up?
first time was March 2016.
Got it.
So, like, a little under 3 years.
Okay, so
Yeah.
new, not so new. You're in that medium area, maybe.
Right. But I
doing
remember
it.
when I was, like, we'll just say, like, 5 years ago, I remember going to the Improv. I remember just going,
Hollywood
because
Improv, yeah.
the Hollywood Improv, because I'd been there to watch shows. And I remember going there a few times and putting my name in the open mic, you know, bucket and just never getting picked. And
Oh, really? So you kind of
Yeah,
you made like a false attempt.
I dipped a toe, but I just
Yeah.
wasn't.
You didn't get picked, and then you're just like, okay, I'm not.
Yeah, I
waiting
did it
around
a
all
few
the time
times,
to not
something
get up.
like that,
Yeah.
because distance. That's a thing too. I'm driving like an hour and a half to get here,
You're right.
versus now I live here. You know what I mean? It's easier to get to these
Right,
places.
I'm not going to drive an hour to probably not get pulled from the bucket again.
And to be honest, in the sense of, you know, procrastinating as a human being, I feel like that was almost like an excuse. Well, it's too far. It's too far. You know what I mean? So, but I definitely wanted to, and I was writing jokes and doing all that
Yeah.
stuff. I just didn't finally take the dive until March
And
2016.
same thing with acting, or you started acting earlier?
It's, you know, and this goes against, I just did another interview about how, like, you know, Asians are finally being represented in a heavier way in the media.
Now there's maybe, I don't want, is it pressure? Now there's, now there's people need to give Asians more shots.
It's not pressure.
Or maybe it's waking up to progression.
Wait, who's waking up to progression? Others?
Hollywood.
Right. I think they're just finally catching up that we are real people who have real stories and like
have,
can
and
be
have
relatable.
audience and people
Right.
that will watch them. I think that maybe there
100%.
was like this false fear
Oh, for
in
sure.
Hollywood where they're like, well, we can't put an Asian person there because we want people to watch.
Right.
And people only want to watch white straight people.
Right.
And now they're going, no, people want to watch everything.
Right.
Because
well, you tell me. Actually, I'd love to pick your brain because
I mean,
when
I don't know because
up,
I'm not like a Hollywood executive. I'm just purely guessing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I am curious, like, if you ever noticed growing up that there weren't like that many non-white people.
Didn't notice as a white person. Didn't notice at all.
Yeah.
I watched TV, and that was it. And,
Right.
And then now, growing up, I noticed, or not growing up, now being in Hollywood, now I'm more attuned to those kind of things.
Like
and
every
watching
billboard
those
you
things.
see, you kind of notice, right?
Billboards, when I watch TV.
Yeah.
When I see new shows coming out.
I try to think back, and I'm not sure if I really noticed either because you're watching it and you just kind of accept it as what it is. When someone Asian came on, I did have like, oh, they're Asian. But then I'm like, maybe I thought, oh, they were just like the select few. Because, of course, there's that whole token thing. It's like there's a lot of ensembles that, if there's one Asian, you can't have, like, literally it's like 4
I will
white
say
people
this,
and 2.
too. Growing up, where I grew up, it was mostly white people. So
Right.
it kind of, TV kind of matched where I grew up.
Right.
But if you grow up in LA
Right.
or a more diverse place, I could see it being a little weird.
Yeah.
But for me, it just felt, oh, there's less Asian people on TV because there's less Asian people in United States.
Right.
But now I feel like United States is pretty diverse.
Yes.
I mean, it always has been, but yeah, now I'm more awake to what's out there in the world.
Definitely. It's an exciting time, and I hope that it does last, and that they do take Asian Americans and Asians.
I hope it doesn't last. I hope
is what
it goes
it's about.
back. Yeah,
He's gonna
to straight white male.
You're gonna get rid of me right now.
I hope it goes back to Jews running Hollywood.
Right. Are you Jewish?
Yeah.
I can never tell. Because sometimes it's like
Most people can. Most people can tell. Well, okay. Here's the thing. Most people can't tell it, but then once I say my name, Ari, then they go, oh yeah, and then because they hear my name, they go, oh yeah, and you look really Jewish. But also,
interesting.
People compare me to every Jewish actor you've ever heard: Adam Sandler, Jason Biggs, Andy Samberg.
Right.
I'm getting all that. Lately, I've been getting Skinny Jonah Hill.
Never
got that. I don't see any of them, but I get them.
The only one I see
daily.
is Jason and maybe Andy, but those are compliments.
I get them daily. Are they compliments? I don't know. The guy who had sex with a pie, who plays like a nerdy, weird dude.
Well, he's in Orange Is the New Black, FYI.
Yeah.
So that's dope.
But he kind of plays the square.
Sure. Yeah. You're not a square at all.
I ain't no square, dude. I skateboard. I've had 6 girlfriends.
Whoa.
I've kissed over 30 girls on the lips.
You know what? At a point, I remember I used to keep count too. Not that I even have that many, but
I have a Google document.
Oh wow, this is the
with the list.
And what do you plan on doing with that list? Publishing
it's kind of well, I thought about it. You could make a coffee table book, maybe like.
Right.
Each page is a picture of the girl, and then behind the picture is the story of how I met them, and
that's fun.
And our kiss.
So,
but then if any girl saw that coffee table book when they came over to hang out,
right,
that kills it, right?
Well, unless you make it anonymous, that's actually kind of fun.
But if you're as a viewer of the coffee table book, you need to see the girl in here. It wouldn't be as fun if it was anonymous. So you'd either get like any normal girl would be like, I'm getting out of here.
Right.
I'm not getting added to Ari's coffee table book.
Right.
Maybe sluts would want to be in the coffee table book.
It is a little bit
So it's
creepy.
like, what kind of girl do I want to attract?
I'll be honest. Right.
Both. I want to attract
both.
both.
100%. You'll take anything. We're casting a wide net for you. But it actually reminds me of the TV show You. Have you seen that?
I've been hearing a lot about it, but I haven't seen it.
So just binge it. Basically.
It's good? You like it?
I was on the edge of my seat.
Things.
But I'm also like, I love everything.
You do everything.
Wait, what have you heard mixed things about?
I've heard some people say they didn't like it.
Really?
Yeah.
I was very on the edge of my seat, and I wanted more, and I still want more because season 1 ended. But basically, it's about a guy being quote unquote creepy. But it's weird in those types of shows, even though he's doing bad things. Like, you somehow root for him, which is so
They make you feel for him. They show that he's nice in one way or something like that.
TV. It makes you question your own fucking
Storytelling.
like,
Yeah, it's like what I took a screenwriting class, and they said if you always want to root for the main character, or if you want to root for the main character, you show them being nice to a child or taking care of a dog, something that shows that this is a good guy who's doing bad things.
Yeah, no, there's a child in it.
And
he has like a neighbor.
And is he nice to the kid?
Yeah, like
there you go. See, that's
like
why.
his
If he was
mentor.
mean to that kid, then you'd go, "No, this guy sucks and needs to go."
Interesting. Good tip.
Yeah. So if you're writing a screenplay,
Yeah.
which you probably are,
We
or
all are.
Yeah.
I'm on my way to a coffee shop after this.
You make the main character be nice to a kid, and then he's likable from then on out.
Right. That's very interesting.
Or a dog. Just give him a pet dog.
But it
that
just
he
shows how easily tricked we can be. You know, we're just so like gullible.
I think it's because everyone is capable. Everyone has done something they're not proud of.
Sure.
What have you done that you're not proud of?
I remember in high school, a few of my friends stole a lot. Like that was the thing.
And you joined them?
I've always been kind of a goody-goody, but
When
one
you
time
say stole, like shoplifted from Rite Aid, what do you mean by that?
shoplifted from Rite Aid, PacSun, you name it. And
Yeah, I
like
could see you shopping
sometimes,
at PacSun.
sometimes that is where I got my start,
Yeah.
which was actually called Pacific Sunwear. When I first started shopping there, fun fact. So
And they switched it?
to PacSun,
They shortened it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's
revealing
what
their deepest, darkest
That's
secrets.
what PacSun stands for.
Exactly, Pacific
Sunwear.
Sunwear. Who knew? No one questioned it.
Yeah.
But I never really did it. I would always be like a witness. Like I always knew they were doing it.
But you maybe could get charged as an accomplice.
Totally, if that was the case. So then one time, I did steal a necklace, like
From
an owl
PacSun?
necklace. No, this was like Nordstrom.
From North,
I know.
so even nicer.
I
Yeah, if I'm
fucking
stealing, I'm
leveled
going
up.
big, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I want the.
Did you get away with it?
Yeah, it was just a necklace, but still, it's like, why did I do it? Really? That's not even my deepest, darkest.
still
But
have
that's
the
the first
necklace?
thing. No, I don't. It was like an owl necklace. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna. Who am I? Like, first of all, you know what? I think psychologically, is that the word? I stole something that I would never wear, so it would never get traced back.
That's
You
funny.
know what I mean?
See, it'd be fun for me, like, not that I would be proud of stealing, but if I did have a stealing past, then it'd be fun for me to wear it and then tell the story. Oh, yeah, I
Right.
stole this when I was younger.
Or maybe have a coffee
you know what?
table
I could
book.
tell. I've stolen recently. I
Oh.
stole less than a year ago.
What?
These chairs that we're sitting on.
Wow.
I stole
You're
them.
naughty.
Me and my
very
18-year-old brother.
Where? How did you get this out of the store?
So it wasn't in a store. We my family came in town from San Diego for a wedding, a family wedding. My
Oh,
cousin's
wow.
wedding.
Okay, nice.
And they're staying at this hotel in San Gabriel Valley, actually.
Oh, wow.
And we pull into the parking lot in this underground garage, and we drive down, and we see in the back of this garage, they're using it as storage, and they just have all the hotel's extra furniture, chairs, carpeting, extra fridges for the hotel rooms, you name it, all just extra storage. And I see these chairs. They're not perfect for what I envision, but they were the perfect price.
Yeah, they are. They
And
are
we
perfect.
put two of them in the car right then and there, and then we drove them here.
I'm honestly impressed.
Yeah,
I didn't take you as the, bad boy type, but
yeah.
so now technically
And
I'm
I
an
mean,
accomplice.
These are like probably retail, a couple $100 each.
Oh, for sure. You came
Yeah.
up.
This is like $400 worth of chairs, and I'm just broadcasting it.
It really
on a
sets
podcast.
the tone. Yeah, this is clearly some type of confession podcast.
But we don't know what hotel it is.
Right. I said the store. I even said the item.
Yeah. We don't know. I don't think I'll get caught. And honestly, I don't think they noticed.
Mm-hmm.
To this day, I bet no one at that hotel noticed that chairs were missing. There were so many of them that weren't being used.
Right.
And I don't think they would care. I don't think anyone.
I wonder if there was ever...
If I was the hotel owner and I was watching this podcast right now, I'd be like, hey, I'm glad someone's using them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Me personally.
Yeah, at least you didn't fucking just, steal them and burn them.
No, I didn't
That's
steal them
just
and
fucked
trash
up.
them.
You gave them a
steal-
better home.
I didn't even steal them and sell them.
You essentially
rescued.
rescued these chairs.
I rescued these
These
chairs.
are rescues.
I'm a hero. I'm a nice guy.
You know, I feel like, that's actually interesting. I feel like if I had a job that like required me to, let's say I saw some footage, security cam footage of someone stealing chairs, would I do something about it? Or would I just be like, You know what I mean?
If you were a security guard?
Right, yeah.
I think if you were a good security guard, you would do something about it. Because that's your job.
You're right. I'm good. But
But maybe you would. I don't think you would be a good security guard.
Yeah, that's true.
If I'm being honest, you wouldn't intimidate me. If I was stealing these chairs and you came down and was like, "Hey, you can't do that," I'd be like, "What are you gonna do about it?"
Right. I'm a softie. I'm scared of getting a black eye. You know what I mean? Like, I'm scared of getting my teeth knocked out. That's like my worst fear for this to be
Have
jeopardized.
you ever been in a fight?
Yeah, actually. Well,
Really?
only one-sided. I got
Meaning?
hit.
From who?
So basically, this was in my early 20s, and partying was my middle name.
A few years ago.
Yeah, so this was yesterday.
You're a party animal.
Yeah, and basically, I was at this bar, club-ish, whatever, dance floor situation, and it was packed like sardines, right? And I was talking to this one dude. We were kind of kissing. And
You're
then,
kissing, so you're a straight Asian woman.
no, I am bisexual.
You're bisexual.
Yeah,
okay.
if I
But
see you
this-
trying to break down this equation.
This night, you were straight.
This night I was still bisexual, Ari.
This night,
That's a whole different conversation we
this
can
night
get into.
you were kissing a man,
Yes. This night?
an Asian man,
No, black man.
black man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a nice little Mad Libs game for you. You're like, anyway, I mean, yeah, that was just living my life, you know? But the point is,
Was he like
to be honest,
big and muscly? Was he
it's a
skinny
little
black
blurry.
guy?
It's a
Was
little
he
blurry.
thick. Okay.
there was some, he
Okay.
wasn't big, he wasn't
You were
tiny.
drunk.
He was just probably
Just an
your
average-
size. Yeah.
Average black man,
Yeah, your size.
Los Angeles.
But not, well, I don't know if it's your size, but like your size.
You're saying he has a bigger penis than
Kidding.
me.
It was literally, I knew him for like 10 minutes, but we were kind of
Did
kissing.
you feel his penis though?
Because, no, I did not.
Not even through the pants?
No. And honestly, once again, it was kind of blurry because I was on a good one. So basically, the whole point is I was with him and his two friends, like just chatting it up. And
Wow, that is
the kissing
kinky.
thing is just like TMI. I just thought I'd throw you a nice little juicy bone.
No, sorry for harping so much
After
on the
he threw
kissing.
me a
It
nice
got me
little juicy
excited.
bone.
Yeah. Well, you don't know. You didn't feel
Right,
it.
we didn't. See,
Yeah.
I keep the people guessing and confused.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so this place is packed. And, I'm just having a good time with him. And his two friends were also standing there.
They were black guys as well?
Well, it was a Goldilocks situation where I was trying out.
Different.
So stupid. It was a real life game of Kill Fuck Marry, and I was just on my first one. No, okay. Basically, I'm kicking it, and this chick who, and I'm not tiny or anything. I'm not like super petite, but she
You're
was
pretty
definitely
tiny.
bigger than me.
Yeah.
She was bigger than
You're
me,
small.
and she was tall. She walks by and like kind of accidentally elbows me, like seriously, not intentionally, nothing malicious, and for some reason, I wanted to fight. And
You
like,
were just that drunk.
yeah, I don't know why, but so I pushed her immediately after she accidentally just bumped into me because it
Yeah.
was so packed. And then everyone around us was like, oh, like the dudes were like, oh, whatever. So then I was just swinging. I don't even know what I was doing. I was just like, millie rocking. You know
I
what
could
mean?
already tell you're an excellent fighter. Based
And
on
then
that.
basically, I'm no Chung Lee, even though.
Who's Chung Li?
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay, so much to learn, Ari. Street Fighter.
Oh, the
The
video
Asian-
game. Street
yeah,
Fighter?
okay.
Chung Li.
I'll-
I know Jet Li. I know Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
I don't know Chung Li.
Well,
But
she's a woman.
if she's as good as her two brothers, Jet Li and Bruce Lee,
All spelled. No, actually, Jet Li is spelled right.
then
Bruce
I
Lee's
think
a different spelling. Anyway,
It's interesting that the two brothers want to spell their names differently, so people, didn't group them
right,
together.
exactly. Well, they're, it was the thing they had to do when they escaped from their country.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah,
Makes
okay.
sense.
So basically, I'm swinging, and then I don't hit anything really, and she just clocks me right in the eye, like I've never felt this feeling before.
You started a fight with the wrong bitch.
Oh, totally. She
Yeah.
was like ready to be on, a real world road rules reunion special. You know what I mean? Like she was ready. That's not really a fighty one. What's a fighty one? Like Flavor of Love? I missed that. Anyway.
Jersey Shore.
Oh, right, sure. But basically, I just fell. Completely just fell back. And the dudes I was with, luckily, caught me right before I.
Did he continue to kiss you after the fight?
No, I was out that bitch because then I.
They
came
kicked you
up.
out.
No, not yet. You're really into this. I like it.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
So I looked around. I'm like, wait, where is she? I don't see her. Because what was I gonna do? Just keep fighting? I don't know.
Yeah.
What I wasn't thinking. So then I go out to find my friends because I do have friends in this
Yeah,
scenario. They were
I
just
believe
outside,
you.
and I'm like, yo, I just literally got hit in the face. Like my eyes were watery. I've never felt this before. So then whatever, we're just like trying to figure it out. And then I see this chick outside with this like beige blazer, kind of like homegirl. So I pushed her, and it wasn't her. And then I got kicked out. So yeah, I ended up pushing.
You got in a second fight of the night.
Essentially, but this time only I did the pushing and I got kicked out because I thought it was her from the back. It was like literally what happens in movies when you
You're like,
like
I'm getting revenge right in round two. Round two, and then you're
wasn't her.
like, oh,
Wasn't
this
her.
is just another random girl.
I was seeing double. The club
So,
probably wasn't even packed. I was just seeing triple.
sounds like you should have been kicked out.
Yeah, I
And
was
you were.
going through it. I was at my limit. But you know what's really fucked up is we went to eat afterwards. King Taco. I don't know if you ever had King Taco.
Yeah.
Amazing. God, that sounds good. I wish there was one around here. Anyway.
Yeah, it would be nice.
And I don't know, girls in public bathrooms, there's a lot of energy, especially at 2 a.m. after last call. So my friend ends up getting hit.
At the King Taco.
Yes, at the King Taco on the
Damn.
cheek though. Because I don't know, there was some type of
San Gabriel Valley's a tough area.
This was
Who
Old
would've
Town
thought?
Pasadena. Old Town Pasadena was like when I turned 21. That was my spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
And
not
it's
anymore.
Apparently, it's a tough neighborhood.
I definitely.
They're tough streets.
You know what? People underestimate the 626.
I've never been in a fight since I moved to Los Angeles.
What's your story? What's the last fight?
My last fight?
Or a good one? Yeah, what time is it? We're
It's
gonna. This is
11.
like what happens on like first dates, Ari. This is dangerous. Okay, we'll be talking
11.
for 5 hours, and you'll miss everything you were gonna do.
I'm going to
Today.
miss my whole life. Okay, first fight was... No, last fight. Real fight, genuine fight. Not with a brother, just with a person that I kind of knew. Got in a real fight was in high school. So I'm not a big fighter. This was... I must have been 15 years old. The guy, me and my roommate didn't get along. I went to a military high school, so I had roommate, and me and him hated each other. And he was actually a small Asian man that grew up in San Gabriel Valley.
Oh.
His dad owned a Ferrari dealership, or at least that's what he told everyone.
Are you still cool with him or no?
No. This was 10th grade.
Is he our age?
Yeah, he's around our age.
I might know him. We'll talk later, I guess, if you don't
His
want to
last
drop his
name's
name.
Lee, actually.
You know what?
He's one of the Lee brothers.
Everyone's related. There's a lot of brothers in that family. That mom was so fertile.
Yeah. So
Anyway.
we didn't get along. They made us roommates. By the way, this is how they do it at that school. They group you up by weight, and I think that's for if you got in a fight with each other, so someone didn't get
Right.
their ass kicked.
Oh,
so
that makes sense.
We were the two smallest kids in our grade,
Uh-huh.
and we were roommates because of it. We didn't get along. He went over to my next door neighbor's apartment or room, and he said, "Hey, Ari said that he fucked your girlfriend." Now I want you to know, never said it. Also, impossible. I was 15. He was from Texas. I was from San Diego. I had
Right.
obviously had never met his girlfriend.
Right.
He comes over. He goes, "Hey, Ari, heard you fucked my girlfriend." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I heard you fucked my girlfriend." Now, this is where I should have gone, "No, I've never said that. I don't live in the same area as you." But my mind, I said, "Yeah, I fucked your girlfriend." And then he just beat the shit out of me.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he just punched me in my kidneys. I fell to the floor. He picked me back up again, punched me in the face.
Oh,
I had to go to the infirmary. There was blood everywhere.
that's too much. That's too much. See, that's why I would never call someone out for stealing, because I don't want that to ever happen to me.
Wait, why you wouldn't call someone out?
Right. I
Why
can't
did
even
someone say
imagine.
if you call me out for stealing, I'm gonna beat
No,
the shit out of
earlier
you?
you asked me if like I caught someone stealing. They're like, what are you gonna do about it?
Oh yeah.
I can't even imagine
well,
that.
I think a security guard's job isn't to actually stop theft. I think it's to like, kind of say something. Try to stop it without getting physical. I think a security guard isn't actually supposed to get physical ever.
How do you come
Unless they
back
have to,
from
unless
getting
it's
beat up like that?
self-defense. How do I come back?
Like, you are bloody. You are getting.
This is what actually happened. What actually happened, I'm not proud of it. I walked to the infirmary. I'm like pain. I'm like limping to the infirmary. They say, what happened? I said, I fell down the stairs.
Because you ain't no snitch.
Because I ain't no snitch. They patched me up. I walked back. And then I was so self-conscious that everyone was going to be talking about it at school that I started telling people that I beat him up.
Even though he had like no markings.
Oh yeah, I don't think I landed a single punch
Right.
on him. But I started lying and just telling everyone in my troop that I beat him up. I don't think anyone believed me, but I just started doing that.
Well, but so he didn't follow up. Hey, I heard you were telling people.
That was it. I think he's like, he didn't need to. He had beaten me up so bad.
Right.
He was like, I don't need to fight that guy again.
And then you fucked his girlfriend.
And then I fucked his girlfriend. No, I didn't. But I was looking at his Facebook, like, I don't know, 5 years ago. And he's like married to some fat Mexican girl with a kid and lives in like some place I've never heard of. I'm like, I won. Yeah.
I can't. I'm gonna,
I won.
I feel like
I wouldn't
should
trade my life for his.
No, but I feel like I should like rebuttal and counter, veto what you just said as a woman.
Well, no, I'd like to marry a woman, just not that woman. I would never marry that woman.
It's unspoken, right? Yeah. It's unspoken.
I'm just saying she was ugly, and he has a kid at a young age. He's living in some shithole town.
So
I won.
You don't want kids anytime soon.
I can't. First off, I can't. I don't think it would be good for the kid for me to have a kid. I wouldn't give the child proper attention. I don't make a lot of money. I live in an apartment.
Well, that's fine. Apartments are fine. I mean, when my parents and I moved to America, because I'm an immigrant, FYI, Shanghai till I die.
They're fine, but it's kind of like this. I can get a dog too, and it'd be fine.
Right.
But you know what a dog really wants?
A backyard.
Is a backyard to run around in. And you know what a child really wants? Is a playground in his backyard. Or
that's not realistic, though,
his
to
own
be honest.
bedroom.
Not every person or couple can afford a house with a backyard.
Not every couple should be having kids either. There's an overpopulation problem in the world.
Interesting.
If you're living in a 1-bedroom apartment and you're scraping by with your new wife, hey, why do you have to have a kid?
Right.
Either wait a while, don't have one. There's so many other options.
So this isn't going.
You want to make a kid?
I thought this was.
Hey, you're
I thought that's why
bisexual.
you set this up.
You could bring another girl into the mix.
Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin is gonna come in the mix if you're cool with that.
You and Caitlin.
Me and Caitlin.
That's an interesting combo.
Let's go viral.
How do you know Caitlin?
Laugh Factory and just
from performing
things.
at Laugh Factory.
Yeah, and just seeing her around, and then I did her show, and she's just good people. I love her a lot.
She's cool.
Yeah. Who else do you love a lot?
Who else do I love a lot? I like my brother.
So you have a big family? Is that your story?
2 brothers.
Okay.
I like both of them now. I didn't used to, but now we get along good.
That makes sense.
I have, a couple close friends. Not a lot of close friends, just a small group of close friends.
So you have 2 brothers. So you guys are a set of 3 brothers. So you guys are in direct competition with the Lees.
We are, and we all actually are masters of karate as well.
I figured. I knew it. Yeah. I knew it.
And we used to compete with them at the Junior Olympics back when we were all kids.
Right.
And they had better technique.
Sure.
We had a lot more raw power.
And you guys had the wardrobe, too. The bedazzles.
Yeah, we had better outfits.
I saw
and
the
we
footage.
had more raw power, but their technique overcame us. They just practiced more.
100%.
They had stricter parents that made them practice karate more. That's just a known thing about Lees.
Sure.
Lees have strict parents that make them practice.
Tommy Lee?
Tommy Lee, the guitar player?
Sure.
Is that who you're talking about?
I don't know.
Musician?
The non-Asian guy.
Isn't there a fan? Yeah.
Is his parents strict?
his parents are strict, but he was just such a rebel. He was a natural born rebel
Right.
that he did his own thing. They wanted him to do martial arts as well because he's one of Lee brothers.
Right.
But he's like, I don't want to be like my brothers. So he picked up the
Got it.
guitar,
Got it.
started getting into metal.
Right. I saw the documentary.
Yeah, he has tattoos. He is that the one who had sex with Pamela Anderson? Is that Tommy Lee?
I think
I think
so.
it is. Yeah, Tommy Lee and Pamela.
Because then there's
Anderson,
Tommy Lee
sex
Jones,
tape.
obviously the older one that's an actor, right?
Yeah, the oldest brother of the Lee brothers.
Right. And he chose Jones because he always drank Jones soda.
Yeah,
exactly.
so for his actor's name,
Right.
actor name, he went with Jones.
Obviously, he had the endorsement at the time too, from '93 to '96.
He was sponsored by them,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And that's when you want to be sponsored by them. Now you
100%.
don't because of all the scandals that came out with the owner of the company.
Exactly, and it's too sugary, really.
Yeah. And the
that's
diet version isn't
number
good.
one. Exactly. This is just like a set list. This is a set list right now. Have you ever done set list?
Are
Do
you?
Do you know what it is?
I've seen the YouTube videos.
But it's really fun. I mean, it's nothing serious. Obviously, it's open mics.
I didn't know they still did it now that Meltdown closed.
Oh, I did it at PAC. I did it at Flappers.
Oh, you did the open mic
It's everywhere.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I did the open mic ones where basically they give you a suggestion. Like, it'll
Right.
literally
and
say,
then
like,
you riff off. I've done stuff like it.
Yeah.
It wasn't called set list, but I've done
it's so fun.
improvised stand-up shows.
Right. I love it. It's so fun.
I'm pretty bad at it.
I mean, is
I
anyone
think.
really good at it? Sometimes I
people-
do discover new material from it, which is cool.
Like TJ Miller is really good at it.
I did
'cause
see
he
that
does
video.
Improv.
I saw the video.
But yeah, I wasn't good at
Yeah.
it. But
Anyway,
that's okay. Do you have any problems in your life that you want to talk about?
the segue. You know what? Just because I'm really reaching, because I can't think of anything real. The whole screen time thing, I do want to like unplug a little bit. I feel like I am way too connected to.
That's one of those things where me too.
Yeah.
But there's not really like advice I could give you. You just got to do it. You just got to man
So you
up.
want something that you can give me advice on?
Well, it's like
Unlicensed
that
therapy.
one. You know, if you're addicted to your phone, it's that simple.
Right.
There's probably even apps you could install that like shut off your phone. Maybe that's what you need. Like something on your phone that pops up if you've been on it. I guarantee you they have this app where if you're on it too long, it'll pop up and say, "Get off your phone, you piece of shit."
Maybe I should get that.
And if they don't have that app, I just came out with $1 million idea.
Copyright, please go to Shark Tank
But
right
I
now.
guarantee you that's already out without me even looking it up. It's an app that pops up on your phone and says, "You're a loser piece of shit. Get off your phone."
I'll look into it. Is it free?
Mm-hmm.
Is it a free app?
They have a free version.
Yeah.
It's called "Get Off Your Phone, You Piece of Shit."
Right. T. Wow, no, that's harder than I expected. That was really hard.
WW.
No, it's
GT.
G-O.
WWGO.
Get off the phone. Wow,
What
that
would
was
get
hard.
off?
That was really hard. I was doing the acronym of get off the phone, you piece of
Do you
shit.
find yourself being on your phone in social situations and being rude sometimes?
Totally.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in a social circle and we'll look up and over half the circle is on their phone.
Right. But I'm not even on an app. It's genuinely like an email or like a text, like actual communication versus just like, you know what I mean? But I
Surfing,
feel bad.
Instagram.
Right. Because obviously I'm not going to surf. I mean, it's
I'll
like,
be surfing.
well, shit.
I'll be surfing the www.
The World Wide Web. I
World
love
Wide
it.
Web while real people are surrounding me.
What about one-on-ones?
Sometimes. If it depends how close I am with the person.
Oh, for sure. I mean, there's those friends that you're comfortable enough to just both hang out and be on your phones, and that's the kind of friendships that I strive for.
Yeah.
I'm looking for more friends like that. But, I mean, honestly, I feel like that's the first thing I can think of. I don't know if... I mean, obviously, knock on wood.
I think
But
this
I'm pretty
is
happy
technically
right
wood.
now.
These tables
You know?
are technically made out of wood.
Yeah, I truly am pretty happy
Cardboard.
right now. The only thing is,
You're happy?
yeah.
I don't believe it.
Uh,
I could see the sadness inside
test
you.
me, because I can't think of anything.
Do you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend? You're in a relationship?
I'm out here living my best life. That's all I can say about it.
So you're living the single life is what you're saying.
I'm out here living my best life.
That means you're single though.
I'm out here living my best life, all right?
That doesn't You could just say I'm single.
I'm out here.
That means you have several boyfriends and girlfriends? Is that what that means? That means you're juggling multiple relationships? Because that's pretty cool. I could see.
No,
it.
I'm just living my best life. That's literally all I can say, Ari. But relationships are interesting. I'll be honest, my mom is definitely like, she's super proud of everything I'm doing right now, like unbelievably. But at the same time, it's like I'm the only child. I know that my mom would love to be a grandma. Like all her friends are grandmas right now.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's popping out a kid.
So she wants you to have a kid. And you only have maybe, 5 years left?
That's what I'm saying.
To decide?
That's what I'm saying. I got to freeze my
5 years,
eggs.
I think 5 years is a good enough time. Is a more time than you think.
Right.
Maybe 4 years from now, I could see you going, am I going to have kids?
I
But
just
right
feel
now,
like,
you're good. You're still in your 20s. 29's a new 19.
Right. I read that book.
Mm-hmm.
But I think, yeah, so there is kind of that pressure. If anything, that is something I do think about. I'm like, well, when? Because I'm not in any place to do that. I'm too selfish and like too hungry career-wise to even think about having a family, It's, yeah, I mean, I'm just still trying to, be on my Sandra Oh,
That's fair. I think, I don't think you need to have kids.
It's just so
You could always
interesting.
adopt later.
Yeah, I guess that's and I'm fine with adopting. Like adoption,
Yeah.
like I'm totally fine with
Me
that.
too. I don't want to put another little baby into this world.
A little menace.
I don't want to take care of a baby. I don't need to pass my gene on. Like I took a 23
What's gene on?
genes. I don't need to pass my genes on. I just took a 23 and me test where you spit in the tooth.
Yeah.
I'm 99.8% Jewish.
What's point two?
A sub-Saharan African.
Huh.
So I'm basically a purebred Jewish guy. That's not a healthy thing to pass on.
We're trying to
That's incestual.
right. We're trying
That
to
means
keep
like-
it under control.
It's for sure relatives of mine
Right.
bred together.
Right.
And I don't think I should pass that on.
I've thought about doing the 23andMe thing, but I just don't think there will be any surprises. Like I think it's gonna say
Well, you're an only child.
right.
And have either of your parents done it?
No.
You should do it. There will for sure be surprises.
You think?
Yeah.
What possible surprise? Like
I wouldn't be able to tell you, but you're going to find out, oh, I'm susceptible to this disease, or, oh, I'm part black, whatever you find out. That's why you're attracted to black men at nightclubs.
I'm attracted to everyone. I think that's clear.
What about, are you attracted to transgenders?
So I haven't personally had the experience, but
You're
I'm
open to
not.
it.
Yeah, I'm not against it at all. I know a lot of transgender people.
Why do you know so many of them?
Just the industry. There's a. We're all out here, and
I'm in the same industry. I don't know any of them.
I think more like the acting. Like,
There's more
do you
in
act?
acting?
I don't even know.
Let me say this: like, I do act, but I'm not pursuing it very hard. I don't put a lot of attention to acting.
Yeah, there's once again, representation can still be better in that world as well, in the
For
trans world,
transgender?
for sure.
You're saying there needs to be more transgendered actors, or more roles?
For the amount of people there are, they should be able to see themselves on the screen.
Got
You
it.
know what I mean? That's what it's all about. For example, the whole wheelchair, handicapped conversation of, the upside. I don't know if you've heard anything about that, about
I
how
haven't.
Bryan Cranston is playing someone in a wheelchair.
Oh, instead of getting a wheelchair actor.
Right. So there is that conversation now, of like, you want to give opportunities.
I say you let Bryan Cranston do whatever he wants. If he wants the role, you give it to him.
I was the only person in the world that did not watch Breaking Bad.
I didn't watch. I watched some of it. It was a little too intense for me. Mm-hmm. I'm kind of a pussy.
I did not watch it, but I hear amazing things. I should. It's one of those on my list.
I'm not informed on the argument that you just brought up.
Okay.
But I can say this confidently. There's no wheelchaired actor that could get the numbers of viewers that Bryan Cranston would pull in.
See, the argument is that Kevin Hart's already in the movie. Nicole Kidman's already in the movie. So a newcomer would still probably pull in those numbers. You know what I mean? Especially if it's a good movie.
Because Bryan Cranston has different fans than Kevin Hart and Nicole. Did you say Nicole Kidman?
Kidman, yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't think the whole newcomer intrigue is a thing?
Let me say this: if the role went to a newcomer, fully capped human being, then I could see someone going, "Hey, why don't you give it to a newcomer handicapped human being since they're playing a handicapped?" Then I could see that argument coming into play. But because it's Bryan Cranston,
right?
You can't, unless there's a famous handicapped person that goes, "I wish I was doing that."
Right. I understand your argument, but I think that's the whole thing. It's like, well,
here's another argument. Handicapped person on set gonna be harder to deal with than a non-handicapped person on set. You're working on a movie. This is, let's say, 2-month shoot, whatever it is, 2 to 3 month shoot. That means not only do you have the handicapped person on set, but you have to have a full-time caretaker, possibly for that handicapped person, to get them over bumps,
Sure.
Walk them places, whatever. Is it a fully wheelchair accessible set? I don't know. But now there's all these other considerations.
Right. But that's the thing. It's like that truly is up to, the whole production and stuff to decide it's worth it in order to show this representation.
Right.
And once again, I'm obviously like I haven't seen it yet, and I'm sure it's a great movie because I'm a fan of everyone in the movie, but that's the whole thing. It's just like to really consider it worth it. You know what I mean? Because there are people who in the room were like, well, whatever, but they're like no, or I don't know. Not even in that specific case. Even in any case, not even talking specific wheelchairs, not even talking about specific trans, not just even Asian representation. There's always someone in the room that's going to be like, well, what if blah, blah, blah,
right.
and then they're like,
some liberal
too much of a hassle, too much. Oh, but it'll tell the story. I don't know. That's the whole thing, it's like being open to okay, well, this is a possibility. I think the movie will be equally as good and equally successful, if we actually represented it fully. Once again, nothing against Bryan Cranston, just, since we're on the topic, but I don't know. It is interesting. It's all interesting,
Yeah. I think they need to maybe make some more trans and wheelchair films. I would like to see maybe a movie around the Special Olympics.
That would actually be interesting.
That'd be a good movie. I would watch that if it was like a theatrical piece surrounding Special Olympics. That'd be fun to watch. And then as far as trans people, I would like to see a coming out story of a trans.
Oh, for sure.
I haven't really seen any movie about a trans person realizing they're trans, and at least not a mainstream movie that I could think of.
Right.
Of a person realizing they're trans, coming out to their friends and family.
Right.
And going through that
totally
transition.
That's and that means a lot that you want to see that.
I've seen it about gay people. Haven't seen it about trans people.
Have you seen it about an Asian gay woman?
Coming out as an Asian gay woman?
Like someone struggling with coming out.
In an Asian household, you mean?
Yeah, with traditional parents and stuff?
No, not that I could think of you.
So that's what I actually play in my show, Good Trouble.
You play
FYI.
an Asian woman coming out?
Asian woman who's not out to her parents.
Got it. You play a closeted homosexual Asian woman.
I'm out to my friends.
Okay,
but
half
not to my
closeted.
parents. Yeah, so which is why it is really important that these roles are popping up now, because I'm thinking about it literally in my 29 years, I never saw that on the
Now,
screen.
you're bisexual, so I guess you're allowed to play the role.
Yes.
According to those people that are like, give them a chance.
I mean, it's all tricky. It's really all tricky, It's like we were recently on a panel and one of our showrunners or one of our show creators was saying how sometimes, it really is the factor of, well, okay, we have to shoot next Thursday. We can't find someone who's gay to play this gay role, but this is a really good actor who can play it. He happens to be straight. Sometimes there's circumstances like
Aziz Ansari was talking about it. I went to his screening of, what's his show on Netflix called?
Master of None.
Master of None. And he was saying how they needed a child actor. And they were casting one, and they got sent a pool, and they were like, we need an Indian actor, because it's going to play like a little version of Aziz.
Right.
And there was only like 5 kids to choose from, as opposed to when you go with a little white kid, there's hundreds of them, because I don't know, it's more white people pursue acting. I don't know because I forget what his reasoning was, but it was something to do with finances and the way their families were raised, that less Indian children's parents are putting them into acting. There's only 5 to choose from.
Right.
And he said they all sucked at acting.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because yeah, at the end of the day, and it's hard to, say what's more important or whatever, but like, talent is part of it. You do have to cast someone who is obviously good at the role, but sometimes I don't know. It's all very interesting. It's all very interesting because it's like, well, Aziz cast his actual parents who aren't actors,
Right.
You know what I mean?
And made it work. Yeah.
So it's like, there are no rules, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
like if you do have the option to be considerate, because more like back to the wheelchair situation, maybe the next movie that's made about someone in a wheelchair, then they can cast someone who is actually,
Right. I think it's all about being like open and honest and intent. If someone isn't casting a wheelchair person because they're anti-handicap people, then yeah, there's a problem with that.
Sure.
But if they're like, yeah, I cast Brian, and they're openly say he's famous, he's going to get viewers, I've worked with him before and I like him.
Yeah, sure.
You know, good thing we live in the greatest country in the world with the greatest president, Donald J. Trump. Donald John Trump.
Oh, that is too. I mean, we don't have enough time. You know what I mean to get into that. But I mean, well, what's your? Do you have like a dream role? Like you said, you don't like pursue acting 100% or anything like that. But like, do you have like a role that you would love to play?
Okay, so I think if I was predicting my career, I'll probably get cast as like a goofy guy or like a neighbor or a brother or an uncle, something like that. But if I just picked what role I want, if I just had my choice,
Your dream role.
I'm John Wick. I'm an action star. I'm hunting bad guys down.
Wait, John Wick.
Yeah, that's Keanu Reeves'
Oh,
action movie.
Oh,
They're about to come out with John Wick 3. It's excellent. If you haven't
I
seen 1 and
literally
2,
have not seen it.
do you like action movies?
I do like action movies.
Oh, John Wick 1
John
and 2.
Wick's the one.
Incredible. Like, I made an action short film, a ProTrans action short film recently that I starred in. And, yeah, it's called The Girlfriend Experience Part 1 and 2. Check it out.
Wait, where can I see it?
It's on YouTube and Vimeo.
Hell yeah,
It's
I'm
just
gonna watch it.
Just an independent pro-trans short action film. And
Wait,
yeah.
you're joking?
No, I'm serious.
Oh, pro-trans?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
There's a trans. Well, actually, so there's a female character in the film, and it's played by a man. So it's kind of, it's on. I'm giving spoilers away here, but it's up to interpretation whether it's a trans person or a woman.
Sure.
So I wrote the role originally for a woman, and this man auditioned for it, and I know him, and he did such a good job that I picked him for the role. So
Gotcha.
so some people might get upset that it's not a woman playing it or
Gotcha.
a trans person, but it was just he had the best audition,
Sure.
and he was best for the part.
Right. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I've actually never seen that happen. I've seen it where it's written for a guy, and then they're open to seeing women, and then they end up just changing it to a woman after a woman.
Yeah, I kept it as a woman,
Interesting.
but a
very-
man's playing the role, and you could tell when you look at it. Like, you wouldn't go, oh, that's a weird looking woman. You'd go, that's a man dressed as a woman. You can't tell that.
Interesting. This is all very interesting. I'm learning a lot about you, Ari.
I don't know if this is about me. This is more about my film that I made.
I'm learning a lot about you.
You're learning a lot about The Girlfriend Experience Part 1 and 2.
Yeah. Oh, so it does.
It's a 2-part pro-trans.
Is that character your
short
girlfriend?
film. She becomes my girlfriend.
Okay.
He, she.
Is there kissy stuff?
She, he. There is a sex scene, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I have to watch this. I definitely have to watch this.
I'm a little proud of it. It's a little risque. I would don't watch it maybe with your mom.
I only watch movies with my mom. Only.
Well, she's an adult woman. She could probably handle it.
Yeah.
She's an adult Asian female, and I shouldn't judge her saying don't watch it with her. She could handle it just
You
fine.
assumed my mom was Asian and female.
She's not?
No, she is.
She is.
That's why I don't want to do 23andMe. I just seriously don't think there's any surprises. But I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
I think you will be surprised.
Yeah.
But I could be wrong. Maybe someone will get you one as a gift, and then you won't have to. Then it'll be.
I think that's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to go out of my way.
So no other problems you want to talk about?
I mean, I guess I truly, Ari, I'm not kidding. I feel really happy right now. Maybe I should have come on the show at a darker time.
Okay, let's play a couple calls.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna take a 1 minute break, and then I'm gonna play a couple calls.
I have to look at this.
That's my new children's book. I'll talk about that at the end of the show.
Oh. Wait, is this published?
I mean, it's self-published.
That's amazing. Wait, as in you can buy it online and in stores? What does self-published even mean?
Yeah, you could buy it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's dope, dude. That's
and
amazing.
the ebook store. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I know. I thought about that too, writing a book. But I think what I'm gonna start with is a funny poetry book. You know?
That's cool. I didn't know you did poetry.
I mean, I rap and stuff.
Oh yeah, I did know you rap. I do. I write poetry for girls, and they don't like it. Did you know that poetry is no longer a romantic, nice thing that women appreciate for the most part. Overall, if you write a girl poems, they find it weird and creepy.
Interesting.
Yeah, you think when you picture being a romance, you picture I'm gonna write this girl a sweet poem to show her that I think about her and that I like her.
Right. No.
Girls don't like it anymore. In
Wow.
2019, in 2018 even. I don't remember I wonder what was the year when women stopped liking poetry.
We have to do that research and make that doc.
Yeah. And I'm sure, some people are going to be listening to this and go, "No, I like a man that writes poetry." Yeah, there's some of you out there. I'm not saying poetry's dead, but it's no longer commercially accepted.
What is?
Now it's the game.
The game.
Yeah, romance used to be the game. Now the game is who's cooler, who likes each other less, who, you know what I mean? They want to put together a guy that doesn't need them.
I've actually, just for the record, never done the games thing, to be honest. I've always been
You have.
very...
I guarantee you.
You swear?
Have.
You think?
Anyone who lives in a city in this day and age has. If you've dated at all, you have.
Maybe when I was 17. But anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I bet you have without even realizing it. If a guy
Interesting.
texts you too much, oh, he's too needy.
Right.
This guy's weird. He texts me. He responds to my text really fast.
Right.
Things like that. I'm gonna wait an hour before I respond to his text. I got.
Oh, I guess that's true.
If I get her
texting.
girl's number, I have to wait 3 days before I go. Things like that. That's all a game.
I guess I do the waiting thing.
Everyone does.
Yeah.
You have to. If you get a girl's number and then you ask her out, if I met you at a coffee shop and said, "Hey, do you want to get dinner tonight?" That'd be weird. That would be a strange thing.
Damn.
Isn't that crazy that's weird? I would have to say, "Hey, can you get dinner on Wednesday?"
Ari's just trying to find love out here, y'all.
I just think it's a weird thing that society has built.
It is interesting. Yeah.
That if I meet a girl at a coffee shop, we hit it off, we're flirting with each other, then I go, "Hey, would you want to go out sometime?" And she goes, "Yeah." That I couldn't go, "What about tonight?"
Right. Too soon.
Too soon.
That means you're
It'd be
going to kill
weird.
her. Right.
It'd be weird.
Right.
I think that's weird. Okay,
We'll unpack that next time.
We're gonna take a call from Matthew Terrycone.
Hi. I guess I'm calling in because I have these anger issues I deal with. It's not as bad as it used to be. Years ago, I would just get in public altercations. Christ, there wasn't a Saturday I didn't wake up with my fist cut or a black eye.
Oh, we talked about this.
But now it's different. I envision the act of the crime. I think about it, and I don't know. I feel like it's just building up to something, you know? I feel like it's just one day it's just going to boil and I'm not going to be able to control it and I'm just going to do something really bad. I don't know. I tried breathing exercises. I've tried talking with people about it. It just doesn't seem to do anything. So
A little
I
scary.
need help.
So I've never had a call like that. That's scary. He's basically saying he wants to beat people up.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's his name?
Matthew Terrycone.
Matthew. Interesting. First of all, wow, unlicensed therapy really is the name of the game. Did he say he was always under the influence? Is that something he said at all?
I didn't hear that. No, I heard him saying he's angry and he gets in fights with people.
But he says there's not a Saturday morning or Friday or whatever that he wakes up without a bloody fist, as if
Right.
he doesn't remember it, right? Because
Maybe he meant that. I was under the interpretation that he gets in fights all the time. And lately, not only has he been getting in fights, but he wants to get in fights. Like he's been planning
Right.
them out and thinking about
Right.
fighting people and,
Interesting.
and hurting people. I
So
think
we're supposed to tell him
we're
what to
supposed
do?
tell him what to do, yeah. and by the way, you could tell him, and he's gonna end up listening to me because I'm obviously, I'm the therapist,
Right.
and I could help you, Matthew. But what would you do? And I'll tell you if I would agree.
Well, aside from like digging, I mean, I once again, I have no idea how to even like respond to something like that because I am unlicensed. But
Well, that's kind of the point.
right,
Yeah.
which is I mean, yeah, because just so hopefully he doesn't actually take my advice. But I am very curious. Like, if anything, I just have more questions about his like.
Sometimes it's hard. Yeah, you get these calls and you're like, they leave stuff out, but
So these are real people.
yeah.
Huh.
I mean, it didn't sound like a robot to me.
No, it's not a robot, but it was a very good.
It could be someone calling and making something
Right.
up. Yeah.
I don't know. I guess
Sounded
for
real.
me, it might be a situation where things are unresolved with people in the past. So, because I'm still set on the situation that happened 4 years ago and I'm still so mad about it, I'm taking it out on everyone else. So, I feel like maybe literally sit down, write on a piece of paper things that you feel like are incomplete and don't have closure. And then try and go back and reconnect with those people and kind of have those conversations that were never had and say things that you wish you said, which hopefully aren't horrible things, more just leveling with someone. Like, for example, a girlfriend who cheated on you, just kind of be like, why did you do it? Like, why did you do
Get
it?
closure on it.
I'm just literally making that up, which
think-
actually sounded really legit. But
No, I think what you're saying is definitely not a bad idea. It's not bad advice. I
Right.
think you're basically saying do the 12 steps.
sure.
You're saying get through a 12-step program, make amends with people, patch up your life. And I don't think that's bad advice. What I will say about your advice is that takes a lot of work, a lot of commitment. It's a lot of
The discovery work,
self-discovery,
care.
work and care. And it's something that not everyone's gonna do. Someone
Right.
might start doing it, but it's just a big thing to ask someone. And I say that is a good thing, Matthew, and you should try that. But let's try and think of a quick fix for Matthew. I think step one, get a punching bag. Try and let it out at home. Punch
Right.
that bag so much that you're exhausted all the time. Join a boxing gym, that sort of thing. Unleash your things in maybe a more positive way. Get into street fighting.
Right.
Underground street fights.
Oh, that's the thing.
Sure, I'm sure those exist.
Back to
yeah.
Chung Lee.
Yeah, get in some street fights. Take some jujitsu classes.
Right.
Stuff like that. And then if you still have these things, I mean, this is kind of getting into, the show Dexter or something like that, but at least make some guidelines. I don't want you to see you getting in and punching some sweet guy at a bar. If
Right.
you're going to punch a guy, do it to defend a woman's honor,
Right.
Like beat up a bad person.
Sure.
If you have to beat someone up and you have these urges, I don't want to see you kicking some sweetheart's ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's very good. Very good. Just letting the aggression out in a sportsy way
Yeah.
or if you literally you have no choice but to hit people.
Yeah,
Like,
if you can't control yourself, like use that energy for positivity.
So
Use
where
it
would
for
you go
fitness.
to like
Find
stake
bad
out
guys?
bad guys?
You know, I think you could start with high criminal areas with high criminal activity.
Sure.
You know, get a police scanner.
Oh,
That'd be kind of fun. Another
wait,
thing.
police scanner. Tell me more about that.
You know, you can get a police scanner and scan. Oh, we're getting a fight report here or a robbery here. You know, go
I
for
had
things
no
like
idea you
that.
could do
Be kind
that.
of like a vigilante type. Another thing you could do
Essentially,
is,
like Spider-Man, like Batman.
yeah, like Batman. Another thing you could do is, you know, find people you care about and ask them who has wronged them. And
don't
then
know.
go track that person down.
I don't know, Matthew. I hear it, but that's like,
I'm not saying this is what you should do right away, but if you have to, if you try the inner, you know, trying to find inner peace and going through the steps and making amends and that doesn't work for you, this is plan B. You know, at least if you're going to fight someone, make it be a bad person, not a good person.
do
is
we
all I'm
know
saying.
if he even like won these fights?
If he won?
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying he might just get in fights, but he might be a total pussy?
No, as in like, what if he's actually also getting beaten up? And like
he
just
could
loves
be.
the thrill.
Easily could be.
We don't know.
At least get beat up by a bad guy.
I didn't
you
hear
know?
that detail.
It's true.
Because the bad guys are also like, it might be dangerous for him.
Bad guys and good guys both are the same fighters, right? But you think bad guys are better fighters?
Well, no, but bad guys might have weapons and stuff.
Well,
Machetes.
and I think if you're going to be getting into these fights, you probably should carry a weapon.
Then that's too far. I think
I didn't say
stick to
use
the
the
punching
weapon,
bag.
have it. Just you got to be ready for the situation unless you want to die.
Go with the punching bag. I think that's
Listen,
the winner for me.
Personally, I carry a knife with me at most times. I have a shotgun hanging over my bed. I'm ready for these situations.
What's it
And I
like?
think-
Getting robbed?
Getting robbed, you know, you never know. You never know when you
Sure.
need to be a hero. Robbed, kidnapped, you know, might need to protect a damsel.
Protect a damsel.
That could happen.
There's always one dropping a little hand.
I might have a damsel in my apartment, whatever. You know, I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Your own
From
little
time
Princess
to time,
Peach.
So from time to time, I have damsels in my apartment, and I feel responsible for their protection while I'm there because I don't have a security guard.
Sure.
Not at this point in my life. I don't have
Sure.
a full-time security guard or even a part-time security guard
Right.
that hangs out at my apartment. So
Interesting.
I kind of feel like I'm the security. Therefore, I keep knives velcroed under surfaces. I keep weapons hanging over my bed. That's for my personal safety, how I feel safe. I'm not saying everyone needs to do that, but I'm saying everyone should do that.
Interesting.
All right, let's play one more call.
Oh, one more.
This is from Alexandra Diaz.
I'm at a crossroads in my relationship where a part of me feels like I want to move on and experience life unattached, while the other half of me feels like I still love this person and I know he still loves me and maybe I need to give it some more time. So I just need guidance on figuring out what the best course of action is for me in my relationship.
All right, have any thoughts on that?
I wish I knew more details, like how long they've been together.
Let's pretend like they've been together for 3 years.
Right. Like, I mean, this is a classic case, you know? I mean, we always want what we don't have. When you're single, you want a relationship to cuddle every night, Netflix, and, you know, chill. But when you're in a relationship, you miss hooking up with randoms and taking body shots off the bartender. You know what I mean? It's like we as humans, I feel like it's, you know, it's not a crime because we're only human, but we're genuinely never satisfied, you know? It's like we always want the other thing. So it's definitely normal to be feeling that way, Alexandria. But I feel like you kind of need to just think, like, if you broke up with this person, would you regret it? You know what I mean? Like, I've been, you know, I feel like I'm at the age where I'm mature enough, like, to finally realize, oh, you know what? I don't want to lose a good thing. Sure, these temporary highs are nice, but in the long run, if I'm not with this person, then it just wouldn't be the same. You know what I mean? So I just, I don't know, I guess just kind of realize the value of your relationship if it's worth these temporary highs or this, hooking up with randoms or pursuing that hottie at work, whatever. You know what I mean? The person that you're with, do they give you things that other people can't? I don't know.
I say follow your gut. If you have an instinct where you're saying, should I be with this person? That means you shouldn't be with that person. Because I'll tell you something. Every girl I've been in love with, I've wanted to stay with them. If I wanted to break up with them, then it's because something happened, something they did. We weren't connected in that way. I think if you don't want to be with that person, if any part of you says maybe I should break up with this person, you should. You weren't meant to be. Maybe you're hanging on because on paper he's a great guy. Maybe he is a great guy. Maybe he's done nothing wrong, but you just aren't connected in that way.
You're good. You're really good. And we're also really good at just in a weird way debating. We're good at that. You know what I mean?
I'm a natural born debater.
Yeah.
So I'd say break up with the guy, but talk it out with your friends. You're an adult. I can't do these things for you.
Right.
I think deep down you need to break up with him, and you want us to go, don't break up with him. Stay with it. You want someone to tell you what to do. That's why you called. And she's saying reassess the situation, write it down on paper. I'm saying break up with him.
Just 12-step program.
He isn't the one.
That is interesting. If you're having doubts, then clearly there's a reason you have doubts. But sometimes you're just a dubious person where you
listen. We
question
all, like you
everything.
said, I've been with someone who I loved and cared for, and I've still been attracted to other women and been like, oh, it'd be nice to hook up with that girl. That's a normal thought. If that's all it is, that's different. But she's not talking about that from what I heard. She's talking about, do I want to be with this person or not? Right. And if you have to ask yourself that, then he's not the one.
Well, did she say explore other options? Didn't she say that? Or it might fucking
She did, but my interpretation of the call, it's hard, you're right, when we can't ask questions, was by other options she meant be single, break it off. It didn't sound like there was another guy that she was debating between. She didn't specify, oh, there's this other guy I kind of like, and maybe I should explore that.
Follow your gut, especially if you're young, I guess.
Follow your gut. Anything you want to plug or talk about before?
When is this coming out?
Probably not for a month.
Okay. Well, I'm on a show called Good Trouble on Freeform every Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Pacific. And
Good Trouble on Freeform. So if you're one of those few people out there that still has a TV subscription.
It's also on Hulu. It goes on Hulu.
There you go. So if you have Hulu, it's going to be called Good Trouble. Maybe someone listening to this has TV. I have some fans from Middle America.
The show has gotten a lot of buzz and not one single bad review. So I think you'll really love it. And it touches on really important issues, and it's also upbeat, sexy, mature, etc. So it's perfect for the 20-somethings.
Sounds like it has some of everything.
A little. No, truthfully, Ari, you gotta watch it.
Do you kiss a girl in it?
I kiss a girl.
I'm watching it.
I kiss two girls.
Oh.
Spoiler.
Guys,
they don't know about that yet.
The girl on girl kissing.
I also kiss a guy in one episode too.
Girl on guy and girl on girl.
This fun
girl on girl.
Birthday scene. Yeah, it's Human Centipede. Is
Check
what
it out
is
on Freeform TV, and you could follow
Sherry Cola at.
That's not your real name, right?
It is not my real name.
Why did you go with an entertainment name, just out of curiosity?
No, it wasn't even an entertainment name, really. So maybe 7 years ago, before I started really doing entertainment professionally.
You got the nickname.
I was making a Yelp account, randomly. Have never made one review. That day I decided to make a Yelp account, and I asked my friend what my username should be, and I wanted it to be food related. So she was like, "Oh, what about Sherry Cola?" And I was like, "Wow."
Is your real name Sherry?
So Sherry is my first name.
Yeah.
My last name is XU.
XU.
That's my dad's last name,
yeah.
and that is my
That's
name
how you say
on
it?
my.
You say XU.
You know,
Sherry
it's funny
XU?
because it's weird for me to even say Sherry Shoe because my whole
Sherry
life,
Shoe, okay.
my whole life, people.
I like Sherry Shoe. That's kind of a catchy name too.
And
Sherry
I'm
Shoe.
on the fence about alliteration. But yeah, in high school, a lot of people always said Sherry XU, Sherry XU. Like people rarely said
Right.
shoe, which is interesting.
Yeah, if I saw that name and I didn't
Yeah.
know it was Sherry Shoe,
Yeah.
I wouldn't even want to try. It's Sherry XU, Sherry XU. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, so my friend Kim suggested Sherry Cola for my Yelp username, and I was like, oh, that's pretty
And it
dope.
just stuck.
I ended up changing it to my social media handles. People started calling me Sherry Cola. So then, cut to whenever years later, when I was doing stand up for the first time, they asked me what I wanted on the flyer,
And
and
said
that's
Cherry Cola.
yeah.
Do you like
and-
Cherry Coke?
I do. I love it, but I actually haven't drank soda in like 3 years.
Wow.
That's why I look so chiseled.
You do look chiseled.
That's what got you.
You do look chiseled.
I've just been trying to make Ari laugh this whole time.
Before we go,
but yes.
I'm a tough person to make laugh because I'm dead inside.
But you did laugh. He did laugh.
I laughed. I laughed a
lot.
couple times. Yeah. So before we go, I also want to plug my new book, Bears Don't Like Candy, available on paperback and ebook. It on Amazon Prime. It is geared towards children who live in bear country. It teaches a valuable lesson. That being said, I think all children could enjoy it, but especially if you live in a bear country, check out Bears Don't Like Candy on
Dope.
Amazon Prime.
Congrats, dude.
Thank you
That's
so much.
amazing. Yeah, you
Thank
can follow
so much.
Ari.
Very proud of it. Follow me at Ari Manis. Leave a review for the podcast
Yes.
on iTunes because we need it.
Yes, Sherry Cola. Follow me everywhere.
At
Just
Sherry
Google
Cola.
it.
Have a
Google
good one.
Sherry Cola.
Thanks.
Love you
Thanks
guys.
for doing the podcast.
Bye.